So Waze, first of all, I wanted to thank you for welcoming me into your home. I just jumped off the Peloton. I've got that super energy high, ecstasy feeling, and I'm really excited to tell you about this Peloton bike. It's my new favorite obsession / cult. And in today's video, I want to tell you why I thought I would never enjoy this Peloton and did not want Wei to buy it. Secondly, I'm going to tell you why I absolutely love this Peloton. Third, I'm going to tell you some tips for tweaking your Peloton or your DIY Peloton. And 4, I'm going to invite you guys to join me on a ride so we can all do our Peloton together. Hi Ways, my name is Andrew Wise, and here at Life Tailored, we teach you how to hack life. Whether it's free flights with credit card points, free Peloton accessories by referring our friends, free rides on an Uber, free meals from DoorDash, Grubhub, etc. Anything that's great in life, I'm going to teach you how to hack it and get the most out of it. If you're new to the channel, make sure to follow us on Instagram at Life Tailored, subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss a video. But today we're talking about Peloton, why I love it, why I hate it, why you're going to love it, and how you can get the most out of it. So let me know, guys, before I go into my Peloton review, what's your overall impression of Peloton? Do you like it or dislike it? First, I wanted to start off with some of my stats since I got my Peloton. Wei and I plunked down on our Peloton about week 1 into quarantine, and I've got some cool stats to share with you. So in my 1 month of using my Peloton, I've worked out a total of 43 times. Now 43 over 30 days doesn't quite make sense or add up. And what that means is sometimes I do a Peloton session that's like 10 minutes long, and if I do 3 of those in one day, that counts as 3 workouts, even though I'm on the bike the entire time. But anyway, I've worked out 43 times on this thing. I've spent over 576 minutes working out. I've traveled over 144 miles, and I've burned 6,494 calories. That's enough for 3 full days worth of binge eating hamburgers, hot dogs, pizza, beer, liquor, pretty much anything we could want. Now, before we go any further and you start to think that I'm just brainwashed and saying everything I love about the Peloton and just trying to get you to sign up for it, I wanted to tell you all of the reasons I thought I was going to hate this stupid bike that I'm looking at right now. So first of all, the bike is insanely expensive. All in, if you're buying all the gear, you're looking at around $3,000 for a stationary bike. If you go and buy each of the individual components themselves, it adds up to about $1,000. So I'm wasting $2,000 on a brand. I have this dumb brand on my shirt. I'm obsessed with this stupid brand, and I'm completely brainwashed, and that's why I didn't want to get a Peloton. Secondly, I'm not a bike guy. I'm not a SoulCycle guy. I hate spinning. I hate cycling, stationary biking. It's just not for me. Whenever Wei would take me to SoulCycle, I'd always want to sit at the back of the class. I'm terrible at dancing. I don't have any rhythm. My knees would always hurt when I was done with these sessions. And in general, I just didn't see it as a good workout. The majority of the people in there don't have the physiques that I'm trying to get. I want to be somewhat jacked, somewhat slim, all that sort of stuff. Majority of the people riding SoulCycle, to me, were women that just did that. No weights, no nothing, no guys, nobody I want to kind of emulate myself after. And the third and final reason I thought I would definitely not like Peloton is I hate classes. I've been a member of Equinox for like 5 years. I've worked out almost every single day for 17 years straight. Going back to 2003 when I enrolled at UF and finally got my first full-time gym membership, I've been working out. It's been all on my own, solo. I never really go with friends, never go with spotters, never do anything like that. So the idea of somebody yelling at me to ride harder, pedal faster, do all this sort of stuff just didn't jive with me. I like to make my own routine, and I don't like listening to many people, as you can tell, because I've never really had the job or nobody's wanted to hire me. Now that you've heard about why I thought I was going to hate this damn bike, let me tell you why I'm wearing their shirt. I've got the shorts, I've got towels, weights, pretty much everything. Now let me tell you why I'm obsessed with this stupid bike. So the first and probably most important reason why we got this Peloton is because quarantine life is rough. Today, we didn't go outside at all. It's raining, it is 48 degrees, and it's generally a miserable day, and I'm pretty unhappy to be going through this day, and I'm pretty much unhappy. But the thing is, when I jumped on that Peloton, I only did a 15-minute session, but after powering through that 15-minute class, I just felt on a high. I don't know if they'd see endorphins, the constant positive reinforcement. I don't know what it is, but I just felt good after the bike. And I completely forgot about the 48 degrees, the rain, the quarantine, pretty much anything. It's an amazing feeling. And I don't get that same feeling from the weights I have. I have two 71.5-pound dumbbells. I've got the workout bench. And it may be because Peloton is new to me. It's something I've never done before, whereas I've been working out straight for 17 years. But just in general, there's something magical about getting on that bike and completely erasing my mind of any worry, any fear, and just focus on positive things. The second reason I really love the Peloton is because the entire experience itself is just perfectly integrated. I like to use the analogy of going from a smartphone or a BlackBerry to an iPhone. So if you guys can remember back in 2007, it was a pretty world-changing moment when Steve Jobs got on that stage and unveiled the iPhone.
We wanted the best web browser in the world on our phone, not a baby web browser or a WAP browser, a real web browser. And we picked the best one in the world, Safari. And we have Safari running on iPhone. It is the first fully usable HTML browser on a phone. Third.
So it's pretty crazy that in today's world, people would be giving applause for having a web browser on a phone. But if you can go back to prior to 2007, there was something called a WAP browser, which was like this terrible text-based web browser, which was a complete awful experience. You had like a sliding bar on the right, a horizontal sliding bar on the bottom. Websites and the web were terrible. I mean, it's really amazing how far we've come in 13 years. And that's kind of the analogy I'm giving to this Peloton. Sure, it's a bike, it's a tablet, it's some shoes, it's some weights, it's maybe some sensors. But when you put everything together, it all just works perfectly. So when you jump on that bike, I can tell you the exact cadence, so the amount of repetitions I'm doing on the bike. I can tell you what my resistance is from 0 to 100. And I can also see what the instructor is setting it to. So if I'm watching Jess King, she's gonna tell me, all right, for our warm-up, we're going to put our cadence to maybe 80 or 90, our resistance between 25 and 40. In addition to tracking all of the sensors, the music is perfectly set up for this ride. They match the playlists and the songs to the ride. And unlike the videos that unlike the music you listen to on YouTube, where I can't license anything and I'm using all these weird unlicensed tracks, on Peloton they have the legit, fully licensed music. It's the same reason that TikTok is great, because they're basically stealing all of this licensed music, and in TikTok's case, they're gonna figure it out later. But my experience working at Grooveshark, stealing the music doesn't work out well, but they are able to figure it out. Sorry, I digress. Anyway, Peloton, they've got the sensors, they've got the music, the instructors themselves are just motivating. These people are basically born to preach, educate, and teach people. It's like the best motivational speaker that you can get put into your bike. So imagine Tony Robbins or Oprah or whoever you really think is a great speaker. They're right in front of you, teaching you and guiding you on this journey. Working out is not fun, but somehow putting all of this stuff together, Peloton makes working out not so bad and sometimes even fun and rewarding. You know, sometimes on these rides, like just now on the 15-minute ride, it's a super short ride, and about 5 minutes into it, I'm like, oh yeah, I can easily handle this. I start pedaling. My heart rate's 161, 87% of max. And then when she says there's 30 seconds more, and I realize I'm completely out of energy, I realize how hard and what a good workout this stuff is. And then on those other moments where the songs are really perfectly timed and it's a super hard hill, maybe we got the resistance at like 60, 65, I just close my eyes and listen to the music. And the music, whether it's like, you know, some sort of trance or hypnotic song or something, you just get into the swirl and it just powers you through and you forget about everything else. It's an amazing experience. I can't believe I'm this excited about this dumb bike. And the third reason I love this bike is probably because I'm brainwashed. So I just watched Waco on Netflix, and it was about David Koresh or Koresh, which they were kind of saying his name wrong to piss him off. And basically it was people in the cult in Waco, Texas, and everybody in the cult believed that they were there for a higher purpose. They believed David Koresh was a messiah and he was leading to the future. Everybody else thought they were crazy. Well, the people in the cult loved it. And being in this Peloton cult, I love it. And one of the reasons I think it's such a successful cult or brand or personality is when you're riding, you get constant motivation about how great you are. So you're hearing Jess shout out 900 rides, congratulations, 1,000 rides, 100 rides. Like, I can't wait to get to my century ride. I'm at 43, so I've got probably about a month and a half there, and it's something that is so stupid, and I remember hearing about people being century rides like a year ago, and I thought it was ridiculous, but now it's something I actually want to accomplish. You know, I'm in this group chat with my friends, and I tell them all the great benefits about Peloton, and they think it's stupid. They think it's just a bike. They have their own stationary bikes. One of my buddies bought the bike the same time I bought my Peloton. I've ridden mine 43 times. He's ridden his once. So it's the type of thing that you really don't get it until you're a part of the community. I know we've referred 5 of you guys out there. Thanks for signing up. I hope you're really enjoying the rides. And I'm going to put my link down below, so if you want to sign up for Peloton, you're going to get $100 in free gear. I'm going to get $100 in free gear. You can get this same green 3/4 zip. You can put like your thumbs in here if you want to be like this. I think this is kind of a waste. I'm going to rip this stupid thing. But I like the green. I think the green's a nice color. I got the green shorts that go with it. So join me and let's Peloton together. And the fourth and final reason I love this Peloton is it's bringing us together during quarantine. So we do our Zoom happy hours where we play Codenames or Secret Hitler or any sort of games like this. And it gets boozy. We have some daddy drinks, some daddy cigars, all that sort of stuff. So we have these beer, we have liquor, we have wine. We get pretty sauced up. We have a great time. But the next morning, everybody from the Zoom happy hour is back on the Peloton. We're trying to burn off those extra calories. And I can see, Mimi's on there, Troy's on there, Lewis is on there. We're all just riding on Peloton, trying to burn off the calories that we accrued last night. And it's just this big kind of community thing, which is kind of crazy. Since we're all isolated by ourselves, Peloton is something that's bringing us as a friend group together, and I want you guys to experience that. Okay, so now that you've heard why I love this bike, I wanted to talk about, for those of you who are interested in getting your bike, or you might already have a bike, some of the tips that I found having owned it for the past month. So the first tip is, when you get your bike, make sure to watch the introductory videos. When I got the bike, I skipped the videos, I disregarded them, and for the first week, my neck hurt, my shoulder hurt, my back hurt, Wei's knees and ankles hurt, and it's because we don't know how to ride on the bike correctly. And if we had just taken the time to watch those introductory videos, we would learn the proper technique, the proper posture, the proper approach. And part of not hurting your back and not being in pain is when you know how to ride correctly, it allows you to hit those metrics. So in the beginning, it was really hard for me to get a cadence of like 60 or 70 when I was on a resistance above 50. But now that I've learned the proper technique, it gets a lot easier. It's still hard, but it's really important to watch those videos so you can level up as fast as possible. The second tip is the gear you want to buy with the bike. So the gear that I have and recommend you get are the shoes, 100%, the heart rate monitor, the weights. I got 3-pound weights. Honestly, you can buy those weights from somewhere else, but I just wanted it all to come in one package. The mat is a necessity because you literally drip with sweat. I never drip with sweat when I'm doing deadlifts or squats or anything like that, but I drip with this stupid bike. And the fourth thing, I don't know if you need it from Peloton, but definitely invest in some towels, because when you're dripping, you don't want to, wipe your face with your shirt or anything like that. Get those towels. So that's kind of the basic gear you want to get. You don't need their headphones, which are a waste. You don't need their water bottle. You can buy your own. Now, the third and final tip that I've got for you is to find your instructor. So I think there's about 15 instructors on there. Everyone's going to have a different style. Some people are more motivational. Some people have different types of playlists. Some people are more intense or harder. For me, the 2 instructors I like are Olivia Amato, I think her name is, and then Jess King. They're both women. I like listening to women rather than men. They're motivational. Their workouts aren't as hard as the guys, so I can feel better about myself. And in general, I really like their banter, their playlists, all that sort of stuff. Whenever I watch Jess King's 20-minute deep hill, intense hill ride or whatever, she says this same stupid joke where she shouts out, "Chewbacca, I like-a," and it's a terrible joke, but I laugh every time. And it's just like, it's almost like a personality. The same way you might be watching this YouTube video and a subscriber here, you're going to subscribe to your favorite Peloton instructors. So when you get your bike, make sure to check out everyone to see who you like, and then find your groove and then ride with them every day. Now, Waze, now that you've heard my pros, my cons, my tips for Peloton, how are you feeling about Peloton in general? Do you like or dislike? Were there any areas or questions I didn't address that you'd like me to cover in a future video or something like that? Let me know down in the comments. And finally, Waze, I invite you to take our collective Peloton rides together. I've got a total of 13 followers, yes. And I want to invite you guys, I'm at Life Tailored, and if you decide to get a bike, or if you decide to just sign up on the app and ride on your own stationary bike, follow me on Life Tailored, I'll follow you back. It's just really fun to see what you guys are up to. I'm really competitive, and my kilowatts I put out are really low. So for perspective, on a 20-minute ride, I think my peak is like 200 kilowatts. For perspective, on a 45-minute ride, Roger Federer apparently gets to 1,000. Booger McFarlane does 800. My highest on a 45-minute ride is 300. So I've got a long way to go, and I'm sure you guys are a lot better than me. But either way, I'm excited to join you on Peloton, so follow me at Life Tailored. I've also got that link down below, so you're going to get $100 off when you do sign up for Peloton. And right now, Peloton has a really good financing plan. It's 0% interest, which you never want to pay interest, just like I talked about last week on the Discover card. But it's 0% interest. I think it is $58 a month for 39 months. So if you can't afford to drop $2,300 on this bike, this is an attractive payment plan. And again, do not sign up for this bike and sign up for this payment plan if you're not going to be able to afford to pay for it in those 58 months. I'd rather you guys just do the DIY and we can exercise on the app. That's only $39 a month. But in general, if you're feeling ready to splurge on one of the best pieces of home equipment I've ever purchased in my life, and it's crazy I'm even saying that. Peloton is not sponsoring this. I'm not getting paid. I'm only getting paid in more free 3/4 zip Peloton shirts. Now guys, I want to thank you. You should be patting yourself on the back. You made it all the way through this video. If you were riding a Peloton while you're watching this video, 2 thumbs up to you. This is probably the most difficult thing you had to do today. So thank you. I want to do my thumbs up here through the eyebrows, pull in all that negativity, breathe it out, and we are all one Peloton today. For those of you new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell, and also follow us on Instagram at Life Tailored. And keep watching because I've got another escapist video for you. At the beginning of the year, Wei and I, plus 8 of our close friends, went down to Anguilla for probably the best birthday I've had and the best trip we're gonna have this entire year. We went down to Anguilla, we stayed at the Four Seasons. It was an amazing experience. I can't wait to see you guys down there once all of this is over. Check out this video and let me know what you think in the comments. All right guys, see you next week.